Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Rotter Tube Reef. I thought I would just do another video for you guys. Everyone's doing well. Look at these dudes chill out. Love these guys. I did get up enough energy because my back is still like not feeling well at all. Standing is better than sitting. That's what she said. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys the tank while I chill out. The back has got a lot of the green algae because I haven't had a chance to clean it in like 3 weeks. I'm going to get a scraper and scrape it like I said, but what I wanted to show you, everyone's just chilling out real nice. Love these guys, as we all do. Swimming against the Nassau tang, looking awesome. Fox face is big and plump. Coal tang. What's up, dude? Here's the bok choy, or I'm sorry, collard greens that they devoured. They get that daily. Get that from the grocery store. I put like 3 full leaves on it. The leaves are about like 9 inches, 10 inches long, about 4 inches wide, and they devour it within 2 hours. Since it's an all-tang tank, they're carnivores. I'm sorry, carnivores. Herbivores. They like their leafy greens, and I also put Rod's food in there as well, mainly for the clowns. What's up, dude? I love that guy. And there's 4 other clowns in there. But so I'm sitting watching some of your YouTube videos, and I hear this gurgling. So that means the water level's getting a little low. I just filled this yesterday, apparently not enough. Water evaporates, as you all know. Leave a glass out. Water will evaporate. Water will evaporate from your aquarium. It does not evaporate from your main display tank. It evaporates from your sump below. If you have an all-in-one aquarium, it will evaporate from the rear chambers. You need to fill this. Now I have 2 sumps, 2 different aquariums, as you all know. By the way, if you enjoy this channel, give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button. Oh, I thought that was a clownfish for a second, but it's just debris that'll be picked up by the protein skimmer. Protein skimmer number 1 in the aquarium number 1 sump. Protein skimmer number 2 in the second sump. Each is being fed by a return, and I have a duplicate size pump in each. I have a shut-off valve, ball joint, so I can tailor the amount of water flow. I've got it tuned just perfectly, so I know the water level stays at that amount always. Okay, so I don't have any mechanical filtration, no sump socks, no foam blocks, they're all gone. This is carbon that I took out of the sump. I'm just waiting for it to dry out so I can replace it with more carbon. But I just emptied this protein skimmer today, about an hour ago. Nice foam. This one is foaming nicely as well. This protein skimmer is for up to a 300-gallon aquarium. This is up to 200, so I've got enough protein skimming power for 500-gallon. This is only a 125-gallon aquarium, so I've got more than enough skimming. But because of my bio load, I need extra skimming. So I wanted the main reason behind this is the water's running low. Now what I've noticed is, maybe some of you can explain why, but since I have 2 sumps, water does not evaporate from this sump at all. And it certainly never evaporates from the display tank. It evaporates only from this sump. I don't know why just from this sump, but it does. It's time to fill this sump with RODI water, which has been filtered, and I'll show you that right now. So here is the crowded laundry room with all my stuff. And my wife says,
this laundry room has got too much fish stuff in it.
Well, sorry. When I get the 250-gallon aquarium, I may move the aquarium down in the basement because I don't want to have all that weight on the floor. And then this stuff will be relocated downstairs, which I'll have a plumber come in and put a utility sink down in the basement because I'm really not wanting to lug water back and forth for water changes and all that crap. Anyway, so I don't have an auto top-off unit. What I do is I do a 15-gallon water change every week. I haven't done one in 3 weeks because there's been a lot going on, but more importantly, my back gave out because I'm an old man. And I wasn't lifting anything, it just kind of happened. So I don't have a top-off unit. I don't want to spend the money on extra stuff. So what I do is right after I do a water change, I got the hose hooked up right to the faucet, you know, and all the wastewater goes down the drain. I got my RODI unit back here, right? And it purifies the water. A lot of garbage out. I've got a video on RODI. I'm not going to waste your time by showing that. So this right now is filled with pure RODI water. Take an empty 1-gallon. Yeah, I could edit this, but I'm sure you like hearing that sound as much as I do for some reason. I'm going to take this, I'm going to just dump all this water into the sump. Now, when you add water to the sump, because the water level is going to get higher, you have to make sure that your protein skimmer doesn't start to overflow in that collection cup right there. I've got it adjusted roughly so it won't. I know that if I add 1 gallon of water, it'll be fine. And as this water level goes lower, that means that the protein skimmer is sitting in less water, which means it won't skim. So you may have to adjust this. See, look, apparently I adjusted it too much last night, so I'm going to have to adjust it to lower the skim to stop that. We don't want it to overflow because then nasty water is put back in the aquarium. But you want to still make sure that it's skimming. And it is, because you can see the bubbles at the top. Alright. So we're good. Let me rinse my fingers off. Yeah, and dirty fish water. Alright, so I'm not going to add any more water. I'm only going to add 1 gallon because I know if I add any more, it's going to increase the water level, which is going to mean that the protein skimmer is sitting in more water, which is going to cause it to overflow. You can see the bubbles? I like to have the bubbles around the neck of the skimmer, and they're bubbling just enough to put all that nasty fish crap in there. It smells really bad too, which means it's doing its job. Okay, so I did adjust this last night. So now it's perfect. So now I know when I hear that water bubbling in the back because the water is beneath this level, I'm going to get a piece of tape or even just black marker and make a line right there so I know that's ideally where I want my water line to be based on how this is adjusted. So that's how I add water, you know. Who cares if I add 1 gallon? It's not going to affect the salinity that much. My salinity, by the way, is 1.026. As your water level drops, solids will always stay in the water, which means salt. You never, ever, ever, for the newbies out there, add salt water to your aquarium to top off when the water evaporates. You only add pure water because the salt is a solid. It stays in the aquarium. If you top off with salt water, you're adding more salt to the tank. Terrible for your fish. Terrible, bad, bad for the fish and for your coral. You want to keep your salinity between 1.0 1.023, preferably 1.024, and 1.026, which is the ocean. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. I really appreciate you watching. Happy reefing, everybody.